Right, guys, it is New Year's Eve. One day until New Year's Day, and tomorrow morning will be 2021 and the 1st of January. Hey guys, Scott's Football here, back with another video. And today we are back with another week of the Premier League predictions for game week 17. And this will be the New Year special. So the Premier League predictions New Year special for game week 17. And if we'd have guessed this week, I've remembered to do it this week. Thought we just have a day off from it last week. I don't know why though, you forgot. I couldn't do it in time. So right guys, let's go for the scores then. Oh, there wasn't a score from last week. There wasn't a guest. So the score was I got one correct, and that was game was it now? It was Burnley versus Sheffield United. So right guys, let's just get into game week 17 now. Right, the first game is Everton versus West Ham United. Of course, Everton game against Man City, that's the home, got postponed due to Man City getting a lot of COVID cases. So obviously Everton probably won't be up for this match too much because West Ham have had a game, and West Ham, what was their score in that game? They just drew 0-0. So without Everton not having a game, they haven't really got any match fitness. They haven't got any match confidence in place for this game. However, I can still see Everton getting a point though. I am going to say Everton 1, West Ham United 1, because West Ham have got 2 draws in a row here in the last 2 games. So right, on to the next game now, which is Manchester United versus Villa. Of course, Man United did just beat us 1-0. This was actually a pretty close game, where honestly, I think we could have got a point out of that one against Man United, because I don't think Man United were as good as they were in that game. And that goal in the last minute was the deflection from Marcus Rashford. And that game would have ended. Well, it might have gone in anyway, but you just don't know, do you? And where Villa, they've come off, what was this? A 1-1 draw away at Chelsea, which isn't bad considering Chelsea's got a good home form this season. So here, I'm going to say it'll be a pretty close game, a bit like when we played Man United, Wolves played them, which is my team. So I'm going to say here, it'll be another win for Manchester United. So I'm going to say Manchester United 2, Aston Villa 1. Yeah, so Man U 2, Villa 1. Right. Next game now, which is Spurs versus Leeds United. Well, 2 good attacking teams here. Spurs, how did they just get on? They just got the game called up against Fulham. And where Leeds, the 5-0 against West Brom. So I think there could be a lot of goals in this game, and I've gone for a 5-goal thriller. I'm going to say Spurs 3, Leeds United 2. Right, on to the next game now, which is Crystal Palace versus Sheffield United. I think this will be a pretty dull game, to be honest. It's a bit like the Burnley-Sheffield United game. Burnley-Sheffield United, to be honest. Palace just got a good draw against Leicester at the weekend, so that was a massive point for Palace. Sheffield United, I can't see them getting any points from anywhere. They only picked 2 points all season out of 17 games. It was pretty embarrassing, really. You don't know, Sheffield United, if they wanted to win that, if they wanted some points, they had to get a draw against Burnley last time. They didn't. So I'm going to say Palace will be a narrow win for Palace here. So I'm going to say Crystal Palace 1-1, Sheffield United 0. I think Sheffield United have had it now. If they'd got some results in the last few games, I think they could have had a chance, but we might have to spend a bit in January then. Just depends if the board will give Wilder that back in with how much they're struggling. It just depends. So right on to the next game now, which is Brighton and Hove Albion versus Wolves, which is my team, Wolves. Well, of course, Brighton, how did they just get on? I can't remember now how they got on. I'll just go and check now. Premier League, Brighton. They're 17th at the moment. Just lost 1-0 to Arsenal. So not in the best of form, Brighton, at the moment. But they are a good team, Brighton. They just don't get the results they want. Because they can be a good team on their day. Well, us, we're struggling in attack at the moment. And the other night, God knows how we didn't get at least a point out of that Man United game. I thought we could have actually. I know Man United won it, but I think we could have won it as well. So it's vital we get something out of this game here. We are lining up Diego Costa and Luka Jovic now. Some strikers are on about. But however, in this game, I do think it'll be, if we're going to win, it'll be on 1 goal really. So I'm going to say Brighton 0, Wolves 1. But you can't. Obviously, I want Wolves to win, but you can't write off Brighton for this game. I do expect it to be a tough game because I know it's Brighton. We're not always known for getting wins against Brighton, and we always tend to get draws against Brighton. But I'm just going to go for it and say 1-0 to Wolves. Right, to the next game now, which is West Brom versus Arsenal. West Brom just coming on off a 5-0 defeat to Leeds, and I know Sam Allardyce needs to give him time, right? But he's like just coming. There's nothing to look like it's going to change so far. And now, with West Brom just losing 5-0 to Leeds, and Arsenal winning 2 games on the bounce against Chelsea, at home, one of the teams in the top 6, and then who's your one? They beat Brighton as well. So when Arsenal have been picking it up, I just can't see any way for West Brom in this game. So I'm going to say West Brom 0, Arsenal 3. So right, so the next game now, which is Burnley versus Fulham. I think this game will be like a pretty dull game, really. Well, but with Burnley, they aren't they're trying to get up some good form at the moment. And Fulham, they're not really doing anything at the moment, really. And the latest game against Spurs got called off. So, however, I think there won't be a lot of goals in this game, but I think we expected there to be a lot more goals than I actually thought. So I'm going to say Burnley 2, Fulham 1. I know Burnley have now got a new takeover now, they have. So that's very good news for the Burnley fans. Yes, so 2-1 Burnley. So right on to the next game now, which is Newcastle United versus Leicester City. Well, Newcastle just came off a boring 0-0 draw against Liverpool, but that is actually a pretty good point against Liverpool, and they're top of the league as well. And then Leicester, you got a 1-1 draw against Crystal Palace, so quite a big setback for them. So Leicester were very expecting to win that. But for this game, I think Leicester can bounce back with a win. And I'm going to say Newcastle United 0, Leicester City 2. So right to the next game now, which is Chelsea versus Manchester City. I think this will be a very interesting game. Chelsea just coming off a 1-1 draw against a home to Villa. So I think Chelsea always started disappointed they didn't get the win there. And with Man City, they're going against Everton just got called off. So I don't think neither team will be fussed here for this game. So I think this game will end in a draw, but it will be an entertaining game. So I'm going to say Chelsea 2, Manchester City 2. So 2-2 for Chelsea and Man City. So right, so next game now, which is the last game, which is Southampton versus Liverpool. Well, Southampton have been struggling of recent times. I think Danny Ings is back now. Is he back? I'm not too sure. He wasn't my Premier League fantasy team, but I think I took him out because he was missing so many games. So I think that's what the reason why they've been struggling slightly. A couple of boring draws in the last few games against Fulham and West Ham, yes. You can't write for Southampton off for this game. And Liverpool just coming off a surprising 0-0 draw away at Newcastle. So I do fancy Liverpool to get the win here. So I'm going to say Southampton 1, Liverpool 2. So I can see Southampton scoring. Or Danny Ings is up against his old club here. I don't know if he's a lesser ball to play or not. Just to know if he's a lesser ball. Let's have a look now. Doesn't say anything yet. For me, that's 50-50 one. He left the club ages ago, so I'm going to say he is going to play. I'm not too sure though. It wouldn't surprise me if he doesn't though. So right, that's my predictions done now. Let's go on to the guest predictions, which is Jack Harding, who've been doing it over the last few weeks. He's the best He's the best one I've had done the predictions so far. Hardly anyone's done anything apart from him. So right, let's go on to the predictions for him now, which are Everton 1, West Ham 1, Manchester United 2, Aston Villa 2, Tottenham Hotspur 1, Leeds 0, Crystal Palace 0, Sheffield United 1. Oh, that's interesting. Brighton Hove Albion 0, Wolves 2, West Brom 0, Arsenal 6, Burnley 0, Fulham 0, Newcastle United 0, Leicester City 2, Chelsea 2, Manchester City 2. That's what I've said. And Southampton 0, Liverpool 1. So right, thank you for Jack sending me his predictions, and that this will be interesting between me and you, Jack. So I've got everyone in. So if you did enjoy today's video, do give it a like, do subscribe, and also do turn on your notifications every time I make a video. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Enjoy the rest of your new year, and a happy new year for 2021. Let's hope for a much better year. But for me, I can just see the same old rubbish. So see you around, guys. Have a good one. Bye, guys.